How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel, where today we are back with the ETA Draft League, and this week we are facing the Extra Ice Cubes. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, and let's get into it. First, going over the Pokemon that I think he will bring. So first, in the Pokemon I expect them to bring is Landorus, just because it's one of his strongest Pokemon and it's good into my entire team. Earth Power deals with majority of my Pokemon besides alone the Executor, but yeah, Sludge Wave behind that. Also get Psychic, Focus Blast, and a couple of other moves can set up with Nasty Plot. I don't really have a lot of answers into this Pokemon in particular, but there are a couple ways I have figured out how to deal with it. His next Pokemon I think he may bring is Palafin, just because it's very strong. Of course, Jet Punch for priority, Wave Crash as a Choice Band or Choice Scarf move, Flip Turn of course, but Close Combat into my Steel types for Outrage into my Walking Wake. Also gets, I'm trying to remember, Ice Punch as well if I remember correctly. Yeah, it gets Ice Punch just in case it wants to go into a lone Executor because of the 4 times resistance. So I think this Pokemon is manageable. It's very manageable as long as I get the moveset correct. But if it is something like Close Combat or Outrage, it will make my life a lot more difficult. But we'll see. Mega Mawile, another Pokemon that's just a huge threat with huge power, no pun intended. Fire Fang, Sucker Punch, gets out with Swords Dance, gets play. Also might run play rough, but at the same time, because of all my steel types, all my resistances as well, and neutralities, I think he may not run play rough, and instead Fire Fang, of course, for like my Ferrothorn. It's neutral into my oh, why am I having Empoleon? Thank you very much. And of course Ferrothorn, Genesect. So you might not run play rough and just run Fire Fang. It makes sense. Of course, Sucker Punch for priorities. Like I said, Sword Stance for setup. I don't think he can run really anything else where it's like, okay, I need to watch out for that. No, I don't think that. I think that's it. Chi-Yu, a Pokemon where it's like, where I think he'll bring it, but at the same time, I actually have a lot of Pokemon that can deal with it. Of course, but like in the situation of my team with me having like so many setup Pokemon, the Pokemon that runs Scarf, he may have to bring this Scarf or Specs. I just don't see him really bringing this with just normal either heavy duty boots or maybe another item, and maybe running this Nasty Plot with this 100 speed stat. I just outrun it with so many other Pokemon, and it's pretty frail on the defensive side, of course. And I just have so many specially defensive Pokemon that deal with it, like Alolan Muck, which is really good because of the neutrality to his fire type moves, and of course resisting the dark type moves, as well as my Walking Wake. As of course this has no Terra, so can't Terra Fairy, and the only other neutral move that's really good into my Walking Wake, we'll just say Walking Wake first, fire type moves besides Dark Pulse, is Hex and Psychic, which I don't think he'll really bring. Of course he could, but we will see. Flare Mane, just because of course, why wouldn't you? I mean, Pro Synthesis, Booster Energy, Scar Specs, it has a speed to run it. So I don't have a lot of Pokemon that can really deal with it. Of course I have Alolan Muck, but other than that, a lot of my other Pokemon can't really deal with Flare Mane as well as I would like to, and if I want to, I might have to let one Pokemon go just to get rid of it. But I have figured out a way to deal with it if he does decide to bring Flare Mane. Deoxys Speed, I think this is just here for setup. Of course, my team doesn't have a lot of my team doesn't have any way besides Empoleon to get rid of any type of hazards. I only have Defog, so I could see him bringing Deoxys Speed just to set out rocks and spikes. Taunt, just in case I want to lead with Genesect and try and set up. Now, of course, as a damaging move, either Psycho Boost, or because of all the fire types I have, I know this gets Fire Punch, so that's also an option if he want to go with that. Urshifu Rapid Strike, just another one of his stronger Pokemon. Can run it, of course, Scarf, Choice Band, or with punching gloves to deal with my Ferrothorn. Hopefully I can deal with it. I do have some ways to deal with it, but another Pokemon that's just difficult to deal with if it goes on a frenzy. Cloyster, which is one of his Terra Pokemon. It has Terra, let me fix that for the video. It has Terra Electric on this. Of course, just a Shell Smasher with Icicle Crash, Rock Blast. Can run Terra Blast Electric just in case it wants to, catch out my Walking Away hit neutrally. Or my Empoleon if I was going to bring that. Of course, resist Rock Blast Icicle Crash. So if I were to bring Empoleon, you could do that. Not that scary, but it's still a Pokemon that I have to be, weary about. So let's go on to the next, which is two Pokemon I think he's mostly bringing just because they have good supporting moves. Of course, Masquerain with Sticky Webs, and if it really wanted to, cancel up with Quiver Dance, maybe even Sweep if it really wanted to, if set up and able to, get to +3, +4. And then Brambleghast, of course, I don't have a lot of normal moves, but I am running E-Speed on my Genesect, so just a good Pokemon into my Genesect. Of course, Strength Sap as well for all my physical Pokemon like Darmanitan, Genesect, or Blaziken, just in case maybe it wants to run Sash. It just Strength Sap just to take away some of my attack. Of course, Leech Seed, Rapid Spinner, just two Pokemon that he could bring. I don't really see him bringing them, but they're possible options in my opinion. And then let's go into my team. I decided to go with mixed Genesect this time, again, but instead of Technoblast and Leech Life, I'm running Iron Head and E-Speed. I decided to go with the Silk Scarf just for some stronger E-Speeds. Thunderbolt for his Pokemon like Palafin, and I'm having some trouble here, the Surging Strike guy, Urshifu, because Thunderbolt, even with the only 4 special attack investment in the EVs, it guarantee kills Palafin, or it guarantee kills Urshifu, and it's a roll on Palafin, but in my favor, I think it's a 5% chance not to KO with Thunderbolt. Shift Gear, of course, for setup. E-Speed because of his Mawile, just so I could catch it out and try and make it a 50-50 with Sucker Punch. Iron Head, of course, hits all of his Pokemon besides like Palafin, of course, and Urshifu neutrally, even his Cloyster, and like I said, if it Terras into Electric, of course I have E-Speed for that. But I think this was the best option for Genesect, just to still be able to sweep, but still, even if it can't set up, still be able to deal with some of his Pokemon and catch out maybe his, like I said, catch out his Urshifu or Palafin. Darmanitan, this is probably gonna be my lead. It's just good into his entire team, of course. Icicle Crash deals with deals with Landorus, or kills Landorus. It can one-shot, of course, Flare Main. U-turn for Deoxys Speed, just in case it runs Sash. Of course, this still outspeeds me. I think even with max speed, even with Scarf, Deoxys still outspeeds me. But just to get rid of its Scarf, just in case, like I said, he runs Fire Punch on Deoxys instead of like a Psycho Boost. It's just good to have. Walking Wake, I'm also deciding to run this Scarf. I kind of have this kind of as an answer for his Chi-Yu, as well as a switch in for Landorus. And if the Flare Main doesn't have a speed boost, I can outspeed it and flip turn into something else. So that's why I'm running Scarf. Alolan Executor, just bringing that back. Running Flamethrower and Giga Drain for, like I said, his Steel types and his Water types, since those are abundant. Wish, Leech Seed, just for some recovery. Maybe Wish Pass into something else that's super low, since I don't have a lot of Pokemon with any type of recovery on this team. like I said, Alolan Muck is going to be the Pokemon that deals with most of his special attackers. Knockoff, 2-hit KOs Flare Main. Ice Punch, also, if I did the count correctly, 1-hit KOs the Landorus as well. And then Drain Punch and Poison Jab for neutrality and trying to get the Poison Jab, especially to get the Poison Touch proc. Ferrothorn, this is a Pokemon where I'm a bit scared to bring it just because of all the fire type coverage on his team, of course Chi-Yu. But to get rocks up, Leech Seed, be annoying, Power Whip, and then when I'm super low, or when I know, okay, this could die to something, just to explode, maybe take something out on his team if possible, or just to get something super low. That way I can revenge kill it with my Walking Wake, one of my Scarfers, like Walking Wake, Darmanitan, or my E-Speeder and Genesect. So that's my idea around Ferrothorn for this battle. So now that you guys know my team, we will be getting into the battle. We are back here for the battle, and I got 5 out of 6. Murkrow came, which was his prankster Pokemon, of course, but very confusing one in my opinion. But let's do what I want to do. Let's lead with the Ferrothorn. Oh, I was thinking about leading with Genesect as well. Now I want to calc this actually, just in case I can kill it. How much does Palafin take from, just say it's Uber's bulk up, and let's go into Darmanitan, Uber's Choice Scarf. Earthquake doesn't kill. I'm assuming he'll have, well, actually this one is with HP. Earthquake does that much. How much does Superpower do? Superpower does 79 to 93. I think we could just Earthquake here, get some chips. 70 is decent. That lets me know that's Choice Band, by the way. That lets me know that. Okay, so he does go into this. I have Ferrothorn at least. It is. Okay, so this is Nasty Plot. It's near. Whoa. Okay. I wasn't expecting that to kill. That sucks because I now have nothing for the Palafin. However, let me make sure I have the calc correct for Walking Wake. This could be an issue, so I don't know how to deal with this now. It's Timid, but Surf is the move because it does most damage and it's most consistent. I know Spadef in it just because of, I didn't expect him to go. I thought he was gonna have Earth Power, and Earth Power, even +2, it probably killed actually. So Walking Wake, 52, or not 252, it was 248. Because I'm at 348 or 383. Ooh, am I modest? Wait. I am modest. Ah, I forgot I was modest. 383. And then let's go Landorus. Uber's Wall, let's go Uber's Wall Breaker. Surf kills. And I get good chip on everything else, even if he wants to switch. Alright, so technically, sadly, I have to bring in my Scarfer. They bring in this. This isn't... Okay, so this could be specs. We'll know off of this calc. Okay, that's only the 30. Wow. Okay, I just knock off here. I get a knock for free. This is why we love a Alolan Muck for Pokemon like this. That's Life Orb. Okay, Specs would have been a problem, so I'm glad that's Life Orb. And then I can Wish Pass into this. Mystical Fires me. Interesting, because I'm not. And I get the Poison proc. Let's go. Okay, that threat's out. This comes in. I'll go into my. Oh, okay. We're just gonna. We may have to blur that name. We may have to blur that name. We'll Giga Drain here. Yep, I'm back at full. I should be back at full at least. We get the Harvest. Let's go. What item was he? I just thought about that, because I actually have no idea. Is this gonna be Ice Punch maybe? And that's why you switched it in? I mean, either way, bro, I just want to say, Alolan Executor has probably been the MVP of this so far in these two battles. Okay, so he was Ice Punch. That was a great by me. I almost switched into Genesect as well, but there still is an issue of Mawile, but it should be something we can deal with. Actually, yeah, I could just Flamethrower if they want to go on the Mawile. Okay, so they go into this. I'll just flip turn out. What could this be? I kind of am interested to know. Tailwind. Okay, well, I have to shift gear here. I have no other option but to shift gear. Rain Dance, interesting. Well, I understand why it's shift gear. Or I mean, I understand why it's Rain Dance, but Hurricane. Oh wow, that's cool. Gotta respect that. Alright, and all he has left is Mawile, which I should be able to deal with just Alolan Executor. First, I actually want to E-Speed just because I think they're gonna go for Sucker as well. Yep. And now it's a 50-50. And I'm just gonna go for E-Speed again. This is exactly why I had it for this Pokemon. Okay, I win the 50-50 again. Honestly, I can just go for it again. There's no real issue, because either way I get good chip. Okay, they go for knockoff, so they didn't have Fire Fang on this maybe. They are faster than my. Well, surely it doesn't die from full, actually. Yeah. I don't think it kills from full. So GG. That went a lot better than I thought. I was very scared of some other Pokemon, but luckily he didn't have his Chi-Yu or the Deoxys Speed, Stealth Rocks and Spikes. But I hope you guys enjoyed that battle and enjoyed the video in general. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Look out for more content coming soon with Draft League, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.